Muny in Forest Park.
You fit in really well.
8:20 here, Big 550 KTRS. This week at the Muny, Hairspray. It is a musical set in the 1960s in Baltimore. Won a number of Tony Awards a while back. It is now being produced here in St. Louis for the Muny. And this week, starring in it is Taylor Louderman. Taylor, welcome back to Big 550 KTRS.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You were first on the show. You were in...
Bring It On.
Bring It On, yes, which is on Broadway.
That's right.
And you were here talking about that. You grew up in St. Louis?
Yeah, a little bit outside of St. Louis.
And you were a Muny teen?
That's right.
What were you in as a Muny teen? What were you doing there?
Oh, wow. I was in Aida for 2 seconds on stage.
Yeah.
And I think Grease and High School Musical, stuff like that.
So now you are one of the lead roles in Hairspray at the Muny.
I am.
It has to be exciting for your family.
It is. It's really cool to be home performing where people can come see me.
How many tickets do you have to leave for all these friends of yours?
Yeah, I tell my mom, like, you're taking care of it. I don't want to know.
Explain to people how it works at the Muny, because you had to practice last week.
Yes.
In the middle of the night.
Yeah, we do, because, you can't practice the show during the daytime because you can't use the elements of lighting and all that, which we use during the show. So sometimes we rehearse until midnight doing our tech rehearsal because the show before us is still on.
So that's a quick turnaround for a show.
It is.
When you think of everything that's involved in putting it together.
It is so fast. On Broadway, we get like a month and a half to rehearse, and here at the Muny, we have 11 days.
And this is a huge cast.
Yes.
This has got to be one of the biggest ones I've seen at the Muny.
Ginormous. But the stage is ginormous, so you've got to fill it,
I also love that, and they don't do this enough in theater, but I love when the actors come through the audience.
Yeah. Our director, Dan Connectus, is great at that. He did Seussical last year, and it was the same thing. They were squirting people with water guns.
And I also love that at the end, I don't want to steal all the thunder.
Don't give it away.
Okay, don't give it away. Okay. The guy dies at the end. No. Hairspray. People think it's the '60s musical where people are naked and it's this weird thing. It's not that Hairspray.
I said, how are they going to do that show at the Muny?
No, it's really...
Explain to people the premise of the show.
Sure, yeah. It's a really fun-loving show. Just very active. We're sweating our little heinies off. So basically, it's these kids on this TV show, and they're the coolest kids in town. And Tracy really wants to be on the TV show, and so she kind of, goes against the norm and gets the African American group on the show more than once a month. So we're kind of, breaking barriers at this point of time.
Right. It's sort of like a American Bandstand meets the 21st century, more or less, trying to struggle with the social change that's going on.
It's a really beautiful story, and it really pertains to where we are right now, especially here in St. Louis.
It's great. It's fantastic. You play the mean girl.
Yeah.
Do you have a hard time with people sort of seeing you off the stage thinking you're that person?
They do think
yeah,
that,
I was prepared for people to boo for me, but I thought, if I'm not good at this role, it probably just means that I'm not mean, so that's okay, right?
I mean, when I go see a play or a musical and someone's playing a creepy role or a mean role,
you really hate them.
The really good ones, you're like, boy, that's not acting. They really are that mean.
Right?
That's good acting. That's what that is.
I tried to add some quirky elements, so you know.
What do you say to people, younger girls, who want to follow in your footsteps? I know there's a lot of people in St. Louis who see the Muny Kids and they want to be a part of that. How do you get into that, and how did you get into this?
Yeah, sure. I just started doing it, and as you do more shows, you make connections and you form this network. I like to think that when I was younger, it was very much fun for me to practice and to work at it, and that's what you should carry on through, as you enter professionalism. But I just worked really, really hard, and it was fun at the time.
Did you start with dance lessons and singing lessons, and how did that start?
I did. And then my parents thought I really enjoyed it. I knew all the words to Annie, so I auditioned.
My favorite show.
For my first show was Annie, yeah. And from then on, I just really loved it. So my parents, kept me in it.
What's it like working with Mike Isaacson?
Oh, he's a dream.
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
that's odd.
Really?
That's nice.
Producers really don't always have the best rap for being, I don't know, kind-hearted and very giving, but he
Right.
does
Actor friendly.
Yeah, actor friendly, exactly. But
Yeah.
he really, really, really is.
The other thing I learned about the Muny last summer, which sort of broke my heart, is those big giant stages, the props,
Oh,
the
Set pieces.
set pieces. They don't survive. They're made, they're created, and then once they're finished, they're destroyed.
Oh, yeah, they're
Really?
done.
Yeah.
Taken apart and probably used in another recycled for
Recycled,
another
right.
show.
Right, yeah,
So-
but I mean, there's not enough room to sort of keep all these sets for all these years.
Because
Right.
they repeat shows. Yeah.
Right,
Right.
right, yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty
it
interesting.
is, it is.
So, what being on stage at the Muny, holding 10,000 people captive in your home area, while you're in the middle of a song, do you ever stop and think, "Oh my goodness, how did I ever end up here?"
Yeah, every once in a while when you're on stage,
You have to pinch
get
yourself.
to, you
You
get to
take a
feel
moment.
that way, which I think those are those really special moments, and why
Yeah.
I do what I do.
Yeah.
It's really rewarding to tell a story.
And the other thing I noticed Tuesday night, which was opening night, so the actors are on stage many times where there's action going somewhere else, and they sort of come back to you, type of a deal. When you're on stage and you're close to the other actor, but you're not the focal point.
Sure.
Do you make the other person laugh or smile? Because a lot of times you're sort of in an awkward.
Oh, yeah. Like when there's lines going on, like stage left, and we're in a Column stage right, pretending like we're talking, but not actually talking.
Right, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's like the most fun part of the show sometimes, because we get to be goofy and in our own little world, and you
Right.
can do whatever you want each night. I mean, not whatever you want.
No,
but you
certainly
know what I
understandable,
mean.
right? Because then Isaacson comes
Yeah,
down on you.
exactly. But we have a good time.
Taylor Louderman, our guest, she is at the Muny this week, starring in Hairspray. Tickets available. It's going to be beautiful weather the rest of the week. It's fantastic. The Muny, themuny.org for more information. Before we go, the mother.
Brian Batt, Edna.
Yes, who was in Mad Men.
Yes.
He's phenomenal.
He is so phenomenal.
He is tremendous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so lovely off stage.
Really? Good guy?
I mean, everybody in the cast is. It's a really great cast.
Yeah.
We have a good time.
But that role is always played by a man dressed as a woman.
That's right. Yeah.
That's just part of the
That's just how
kitschiness
it's
of it?
always been
Yeah.
on Broadway as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and because John Travolta played that role
In the movie,
In
that's
the movie,
right. Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that? But that's not his voice, right? That's his.
Yeah, no, he
he-
heightens it a little bit
Right.
to sound. Yeah.
But it's how he's not hoarse at the end of the night.
I know. And he's in these heels. It's so funny. It's so funny. The first day we saw him in his getup, dressed as a
Right.
lady, we all just died laughing.
Yeah, it's a really, really, really good show. You guys do a great job.
Thank you.
And stay till the final bell. Stay
That's
till
right.
it's all over with.
It's a party. Yeah.
It's a party, yes. Wait 5 minutes. The Ted Drews will remain open for you, right?
Yeah, that's right.
All right. Taylor Louderman, what are you doing after this?
Yeah,
What,
I was gonna ask
anything
that.
we can see in?
I go back to New York and start some readings, which are like Broadway shows in the making. So
Yeah.
hopefully one of them will.
Okay.
And you live
get
there?
picked
That's where
up.
you live, New York?
I do. I like to come home as often as I can, though.
Big
Sure.
Apple's fun.
Taylor Louderman, star of stage and screen. She's performing in Hairspray all this week at the Muny. It's going to be great weather. Make sure you check it out. The Muny is so much fun. Taylor, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
You got
Thank
it.
you.
829 here, Big 550, KTR.